تالتة ثانوي هانت خلاص، أنا قد التحدي، خطوة كمان والبكرة هعدي. تالتة ثانوي، تالتة ثانوي.
Welcome dear student to our channel Madrasetna 3 under the supervision of Ministry of Education. أعزائي طلاب الصف الثالث الثانوي شعبة علم علوم، أهلا بكم في حلقة جديدة من تدريس الأحياء باللغة الإنجليزية تحت إشراف وزارة التربية والتعليم. إن شاء الله in this episode we will study immunity in human being, that related to second line of defense and third line of defense. Okay? First line, second line, finally, third line, it's called acquired immunity. Starting with innate immunity or natural immunity. Before studying these lessons, we will discuss learning outcome that related to these lessons. Okay? That's right. Learning outcome. By the end of these lessons, students should be able to differentiations between first line of defense and second line of defense. Identify inflammatory response that related to second line of defense. Recognize second line defense. That's right. Starting with the innate immunity. What is the mean by of the first line of defense or innate immunity? A group of non-specific defense mechanisms is characterized by rapid effect response to resist against the microbe and pathogens to prevent enter your body. Again, this is innate immunity or first line of defense, non-specific. So it's rapid effect response. Rapid effect response. Continue. Okay, as soon as the microbe enters, the response is fast, rapid. So its definitions through this definitions, it's called a group of non-specific defense mechanisms is characterized by rapid effect response to resistance against the pathogens, for example, microbes, virus, any microbe invasion in your body, the rapid effective response through non-specific defense mechanism. First line of defense is that see natural barriers. What is the mean by of the first line of defense? This is a non-specific defense mechanism is characterized by rapid effective response to resist against the microbe and the pathogens. Innate immunity, natural barriers found in human being act as the first line of defense, prevent enter the microbe and the pathogens. For example, number one, skin. The skin, it contains horny layers, okay? Tough horny layers. They prevent enter the microbe and pathogens. And the skin, it covers all the surface area of human being. So it's considered the most important organs in the first line of defense. The skin, it contains a sweat gland found in the dermis and opening through the pores, sweat pores in the epidermis, secreting sweat. The sweat is characterized by high salinity, have the ability to kill or death the pathogens and the microbe and the pathogens. First one, skin. Another types of the first line of defense, it's called ceramens. What is the meaning of the ceramens? Wax layers, it's formed inside your ears to prevent enter the microbe and the pathogens. Tears that's secreting from lacrimal gland. Lacrimal gland secretions, the tears that's secreting from your eye. It contains antimicrobials and the specific enzymes have the ability to kill the microbe. When your dust or anything enter your eye, it is tear. Lacrimal gland secreting a large number of tears continuously to resist and prevent enter the microbe and the pathogens. Okay, number one is skin. Number two, ceramens that's found in the ears that represent wax layers. Number three, tears that's secreting from lacrimal gland. And the saliva. It's secreting from salivary gland. It contains specific enzymes. Kill the microbe that enters through digestive system. So it considers the first line of defense. Specific or non-specific? All of them non-specific. So it's characterized rapid effect response to resist against the microbe and pathogens. Okay? That's right. Another types of the first line of defense, it is the cilia. That's lining is the trachea. Trachea is contain the mucus gland secreting mucus, viscosity. Make trapping the microbes. Make trapping the microbe inside the cilia. The cilia inside the trachea. The trachea is lining with cilia. Cilia ejects the microbe after trapping by the mucus to eject outside through the nasal cavity. Finally, in the first line of defense, it's called gastric juice. That contains HCl, acidity, from the transgene H, twins 1.5 to 2.5. The acidity prevents enter the bacteria and the pathogen into the stomach by killing it through the high acidity. First lines, number A, skin, cerements, the tears, the mucus in the respiratory tracts, the saliva, the acidic gastric juice. That's right. First, natural, non-specific, or innate immunity. The immunity is a group of defense mechanisms that protect the body, and it's characterized by rapid effect response. Why is by rapid effect response? Because it's non-specific. Okay? To resist, fight, and destroy any microbes or foreign body that's invaders or invasions the body. This mechanism are non-specific against a specific type of microbes or antigens. Non-specific. Specific related to acquired, related to lymphocytes that represent natural killer cells, B lymphocytes, T lymphocytes that represent helper T cell, cytotoxic T cells, suppressor T cells. Okay. Non-specific against a specific type of microbes or antigen and can be classified in two-line defense as follows. The first line of defense, which including a group of physical natural barriers in the body, such as skin, mucus, tears, sweat, and hydraulic acid HCl found in the stomach. The main function of this line is prevent pathogen for enter the body. That's right. Skin is characterized by tough horny layers, dead cells, this is epidermis, horny layers, okay, on its surface, which acting as the barriers that's difficult to be penetrated, prevent enter the microbe penetrating your body. The skin is covered the majority of the body or to passing it through. Also, the sweat secreting by the sweat gland on the skin surface can kill most of the microbe because it's high salinity, okay? B, cerements, ears wax, substance secreting by the ears that can kill microbes. Thus, protecting the ears. Why? This mucus, this is the cerumen wax layer, prevent enter any microbe to enter to the ears. The tears is secreting from lacrimal gland, secreting the tears, which protect the eye from microbes because it contains enzyme which lysate the microbes. Okay, that's right. The mucus in the respiratory tracts, which is viscous fluids, so it's trapped. That means that trapped the microbes inside the trachea. Trachea contains the cell. This is the mechanism. It's called mechanical mechanism. Ejects outside, moving up. And the others, for example, wax, it's representing chemical mechanism. Tears, chemical mechanism. Saliva, chemical mechanism. But the insilia that's found or lining the trachea, it's considered the mechanical mechanism. Why? Because ejects, move upward after trapping by the mucus, viscous substance. Okay? So it's expanding to the outside of the body by the action of beating cilia lining these tracts. The saliva, it's secreting from salivary gland, which contains substance that kill microbes. In addition to enzymes that can be dissolving, such as microbes. Any microbe enters through the digestive system, it's killing them. As mentioned previously, the tonsils that's found in red portions in your mouth play an important role. Its effect to the digestive system and respiratory system. kill the microbe that passing through the digestive system, and killing the microbe that passing through the trachea that represent is the main parts in the respiratory system. The acidic gastric, the epithelial lining of the stomach, producing and secreting the strong hydraulic acid that can kill microbe entering with food. That's right. The second line of defense. If the first line of defense failure to defend against the invasion, the microbe and the pathogens, the second lines, okay, move away in the site of the injury or in the site of the invasion of the microbes. What is the mean by of second line of defense? It's specific or non-specific. Thus, this is non-specific, so it's rapid effect response. That means that the first line and second line, non-specific. But the third line, yes, represent acquired immunity, it is highly specific through the lymphocytes, as mentioned previously, B, T, and natural killer cells. That's right. The second line of defense, a group of internal systems through which non-specific defense mechanism, defense against invasions, microbe, and pathogens, prevent enter to your body, act and activations after severe inflammations, severe inflammation. This second line of defense act after the severe inflammations. Okay, that's right. The system act if the pathogens succeed in penetrating the first line of defense and invaded body tissue through slash or cutting by knife. For example, this line of defense is different from the first line in being internal on, but the first line external on. Okay? This line of defense is different from the first line being internal one, but the first lines, it is the external one, in which the body, using a successive non-specific mechanism, non-specific, as mentioned, tamam? That's right. The surrounded the invading microbe to prevent the microbes from spreading. This mechanism starts after severe inflammations. What is the mean by in the inflammation or inflammatory response? Pay attention, please, and focus in this point. In the second line of defense, inflammatory response, macrophages, a specific type of white blood cells, mast cells, natural killer cells. Okay? This is the represent second line of defense, non-specific. Again, repeat it again because it's very important point. In the second line of defense, natural killer cells act. Macrophages act to make a phagocytosis. Inflammatory response, okay, through macrophages. The main purpose of the inflammatory response is phagocytosis. Okay, macrophages, mast cells, basophilus, okay, finally, natural killer cells in second line of defense. Okay, that's right. Pay attention, please. When your skin is cutting by the knife, your skin cutting by the knife, bleeding, it occurs. It's called site of injury. This is called site of injury. When your skin or another any part is cutting in your body, bleeding, it occurs. The mast cells that found in the dermis, in the skin, in the proper connective tissue, a specific type of cells found in the proper connective tissue, it's called mast cells. And another type of the specific, in a non-specific defense mechanism, is called the basophilus. It's mononucleus, one nucleus, basophilus. To where is the site of injury? Both of them means that the basophilus and the mast cells secreting granules, it called histamines. Histamines increase the permeability of the local blood vessels and activate the another immune cells. Okay? The histamine granules dilation the blood vessels. The flow of the plasma increase in the site of the injury. So redness, it occurs. Inflammation, it occurs. And severe pains, you can sense severe pains. Specific types of the macrophages and neutrophils towards the site of injury to make phagocytosis. Okay? So the main purpose in the inflammatory response it is the phagocytosis. Phagocytosis. Okay? Finally, we can define the inflammatory response. A group of non-specific defense mechanisms in the area of injury as the result of damage this tissue. Okay? That's right. Okay? That's right. Pay attention, please, in this point through the board. Okay. Second line of defense, inflammatory response. Number one, when skin is cut, bacteria penetrate the wound. Wound, that's mean that injury. Number two, this bacteria, this cutting by the knife or another any things cutting your skin. This is the epidermis layers found in your body. Okay? Number two, the penetrations of the bacteria to local white blood cells. Okay? Called mast cells. That means that the mast cells found in the dermis in proper connective tissue. Triggers and releasing of the histamine granules to surrounding tissue. Besides this, is the basophilus is found. Okay? This is the mast cells. Histamine granules is secreted. Okay? Granules. Histamine granules are chemicals that's increasing permeability of local blood vessels. Local blood vessel towards the site of injury. Both of basophilus and histamine activating when the slash it's occur in your skin and bleeding, through which this slash or cutting the bacteria penetrate or invading the microbe and by pathogens, okay, to invading your body. So the histamine granules are chemicals that's increasing the permeability to local blood vessels. Stimulate other cells of immaturity. Okay, that's right. Stage number one, stage number two, stage number three. Stage number four. Since local blood vessels are dilated, that means that dilated. When the blood vessel is dilated, increase the flow of the plasma in the site of injury. So redness and the inflammation that's okay. And you can sense the severe pain. Why? Because the inflammation it's okay as the plasma flow increase this site. Okay? That's right. Since local blood vessels are dilated from histamine, plasma, flow to R is increased, causing redness, swelling, and pains in this injury sites as the result of damage this tissue. That's right. Finally, white blood cells called neutrophils and the macrophages. This type, pay attention please, neutrophils and the macrophages is characterized by digest and ingest through phagocytosis, endocytosis and exocytosis. Phagocytosis, okay. Macrophages is contain specific type of enzymes through lysosome found in them to destroy it or dissolve it, the antigen of the pathogens and the microbe. And the neutrophils, it's engulfing. So it's phagocytosis. Pay attention, please, dear student. The main purpose of the second line of defense by the inflammatory response, the main purpose, phagocytosis. What's the mean phagocytosis? By neutrophils and the macrophages. Okay. Finally, white blood cells called neutrophils and the macrophages come to site of infections from local blood vessels, engulf bacteria and damage cells. So it is considered the phagocytosis, the main purpose of the second line of defense through the inflammatory response. That's right. Okay? Follow me, please. Pay attention in these questions to apply it. You understand? Yes or no? Through these questions. Choose the correct answer. What are the most abundant substances that are found in the tissue of an infected epidermis by acne? What the mean of acne? A specific type of the small bells found in your faces, especially in the youth. Okay? Number one, interleukins. No. Interleukins related to a specific defense mechanism. Antibody, okay? Antibody, specific defense mechanism. Chemokines, or complementous. That is the chemokines. Why? The chemokines is a specific type of the assisting chemical substance. Recruits or towards the site of the injury. 2. Stimulating the macrophages to engulfment the microbe and pathogen. So the best answer is C, chemokines. That's right. Last questions. Choose the correct answers. The occurrence of the inflammation in the mucous membrane that's lining the nose for some people when breathing dust airs that make the doctor describe an anti-drugs. Lymphokines related to a specific defense mechanism. Histamine related to the second line of defense through the node, the making trapping the microbes and pathogens and the ejectors outside through the cilia. Interleukin and the perforin related to third line of defense that represent acquired immunity. So the best answer is histamine. That's right. Okay, dear student, now we are going to make abstract or summarize about the second line of defense through mini stage, on light board. Please pay attention and follow me. The first line of defense. First line of defense. Non-specific. Rapid effect response. Rapid effect. That's right. Represent skin, cerumen, wax in ears, saliva, and another's gastric juice, mucus in trachea, that's line with cilia. That's right. This is the characterized by rapid effect response. So it's non-specific. It's for code. This is all this represent natural barriers. Natural barriers. So the first line of defense is considers innate immunity, naturals. Second line defense. Line defense. 2 non-specific. 2 non-specific. That's right. There is a specific type of cells that found in the second line of defense. Number 1, inflammatory response. Inflammatory response. Non-specific in the area of injury as the result of damaged tissue. Number 2, macrophages. Macrophages. Number 3, mast cells. Both of them secrete histamine. Increase the permeability of the local blood vessels. Increase the plasma flow. Dilation of the blood vessels. Main purpose of the second line of defense, it is called phagocytosis. Phagocytosis. Main purpose by neutrophils and a specific type, it's called macrophages. Phagocytosis of the pathogen of the microbes. Finally, there is the natural killer cells, NK, found in the second line of defense. Both of first line and second line, non-specific. So it is the rapid effect response. Dear student, thank it a lot for you. I wish I could see you again. Okay, I'm anxious with you. See you later. Goodbye.
تالتة ثانوي هانت خلاص، أنا قد التحدي، خطوة كمان والبكرة هعدي. تالتة ثانوي، تالتة ثانوي.